Honda was always a pioneering car company. It took risks, pushed boundaries. In the 1960s, it became the first Japanese team to enter and win in Formula One. By the late 80s, their engines dominated the sport. Then there was the revolutionary all-aluminium NSX. Developed by Ayrton Senna himself, it took the fight to the likes of Ferrari. Speed became practical, reliable. If you wanted it fast and brilliantly engineered, you went to Honda. But then, after the turn of the millennium, it all started to go a bit wobbly. Honda's faster, more stimulating cars were replaced by a beige parade of stuff your gran would drive. Like this one. Truth is, we've not seen a proper Honda sports car in a decade. Now though, Honda has a new revolution with a familiar name. The new NSX is here. Here, but not especially Japanese. In fact, this new NSX was designed and built in America. Which is why I've come stateside to test the first one. And why it's wearing this funny badge. In America, hot Hondas are called Acuras. When this comes to the UK, it will be called a Honda, do not worry. So now that's cleared up, what exactly are we looking at? Behind my head there's a 3.5-litre V6 turbo petrol engine, driving the rear wheels through a 9-speed gearbox. And that's not all. There's a battery under here that provides electricity to one motor at the back and 2 more at the front. So it's a 4-wheel drive hybrid powered by 4 motors. If that isn't complicated enough, the brakes aren't actually connected to anything. Much like the youth of today, they only communicate virtually. Basically, the NSX brakes by Snapchatting, and it does its steering via Instagram or something. Doesn't sound promising. So, have they gone and made a mess of it? 60, under 3 seconds, 100, 3 seconds later, 120, 130, 140, 150. Combined, that V6 and those electric motors provide 573 horsepower. That's not sports car power, that's supercar power. Top speed is supercar speed as well. 191 miles an hour. Wow. Hey, the technology may be complicated, but the effect is brutally simple. That is fast. Really fast. But the best part of this hybrid setup, it doesn't feel disjointed and digital. The brakes may be e-brakes and the steering may be e-steering, but it gives you a real sense of what's going on. Obviously you can't skid it about like a Ferrari 488 because those electric motors are always trying to drag it straight, but you can skid it about. Oh yes you can! Wow, it's way more fun than I thought possible for something that is so complicated. Look at that! So, Honda's new NSX really does have genuine supercar credentials. But before you go and trade in the Lambo, there are 1 or 2 things to point out, like the interior. OK, they've made a great effort, but it's still recognisably Honda. If I'm being a real nitpicker, I don't like the way these paddles move. They feel a bit cheap. It should feel like turning the bezel on an expensive watch, and it doesn't. It just feels like you're pulling a plastic paddle on a 40 quid gaming steering wheel. And as for the styling, well, it does look a bit like an R8 and a McLaren have face swapped, but I think it's stunning. Here's the thing though, the NSX feels like it's been engineered, been calibrated by people who care about driving. And that's what Honda was always about. Some people, they're going to make the mistake of saying it's characterless, but you know what? They're wrong. I think it's dripping with character. There's nothing else quite like it. Oh, it's awesome. Really special. Special, however, does mean expensive. The new NSX is £130,000. But don't think of it as an expensive Honda. Think of it as a cut-price Porsche 918 hypercar, because that's what it is. OK, so it isn't as brain-poachingly fast as the Porsche. It is, however, the same technology, and the same trick of using that technology to warp your sense of what's possible in a fast car. It's a machine that's greater than the sum of its parts. The NSX is a pioneering supercar. Its creators once again pushing boundaries. If you want it fast and brilliantly engineered, at last, you can go back to Honda.